everyone, welcome back to another video on Member Math. Today's topic is histograms and scatterplots, which are very important ways to show data. Let's get into it. Let's start off with scatterplots. What is a scatterplot? A scatterplot shows two sets of data as dots on a graph. One set goes on the x-axis, which is horizontal side to side, and one goes on the y-axis, which is vertical up and down. Each dot shows one pair of values, like our study versus quiz result. Types of relationships or correlations. A positive correlation is when the group of dots in data go up. The x values go up and the y values go up too. It looks like a diagonal line going upward like this. Negative correlation looks like a downward line like this. As the x value goes up, the y value goes down. No correlation means there's no clear pattern and the dots can be scattered everywhere on the graph. For example, the more hours you study, the higher the quiz results. This would be a positive correlation. A best line of fit, aka trend line. A best line of fit shows the overall trend of the data. It doesn't have to go through every dot, it just has to go through the middle of the data, touching as many as possible. Let's see what correlations and best line of fits look on graphs. This student studied for 1 hour, got a 55, studied for 2 hours, got a 60, 3, 68, 4, 72, in 5 hours, 80. Let's try and plot it on the graph and see what correlation we get and if we can plot the best line of fit. So on the x-axis, they studied 1 hour, we plot it at 55. 2 hours, we plot at 60. 3 hours at 68, so that'll be right in between 65 and 70. So right there. 4 and 72 will be right in the middle here. And 5 will line up with 80. So this is going to be a positive correlation because the line goes up. We can draw the best line of fit lining up with all the dots. What is a histogram? A histogram shows how often numbers appear in certain ranges called bins. Bins is another word for ranges, which is very important to remember. It looks like a bar graph but without spaces in between the bars. Each bar tells you how many values are in that range. Let's try it out. Range or bin example. If scores are 60, 65, 70, 72, and 75, you may use these bins, 60 to 69 and 70 to 79. These bins tell you how many scores fall into each group. Let's draw a histogram with these test scores sorted into these bins. First, let's start with 60 to 69. We have numbers 60 and 65 that can be sorted into this bin. The other numbers can't fit into this bin because they're higher than 69. So we have 60 and 65, which is two numbers. So we can draw our bar too high. Yeah. Okay, 70 to 79. How many numbers can fit in that? 71, 75, 2, 75, 3. So that's 3. We can there. Okay, 80 to 89, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dot up to 6, which should be like right there. So 90 to 100. 1, 2, 3, 4. Be right here. Let's see which one has the most scores. 80 to 89. Is the data clustered or more spread out? In a histogram, clustered data means data points are grouped closely together, often near a central value. while more spread out data indicates a wider range of values and less concentration around a single point. Here, our data kind of revolves around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, which are pretty close together and don't have a pretty wide range, so we can say that our data is clustered. Another reason why this data is clustered is because most of the data is centered between 80 and 100, which is the upper middle range. Values aren't evenly spread across all the bins, and the data has more variety in one centered spot, which is the 80 through 89 bit. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and tune in next time on Member Math. Bye!